You know, sometimes in life, you don't never see it coming. Now, meaning, I didn't see how I was about to really be affected at 9 years old, where I would be introduced to my first mental hospital. Now, I'm looking at it through both ways. I looked at it through my way. Through my way, I was just being shifted around. This was my second foster family, and at the schools, like I said, they believed in the corporal punishment aspect. So I'm still dealing with getting whooped and hit on by objects because they had paddles, they had belts, and this was in the schools, let alone what you got hit with when you was at home. And this by foster kids, kids in school, kids on the block. You know what I'm saying? Your foster family, people that's around. So it was a lot of hitting going on those days. Long story short, through my eyes, I'm just trying not to get hit no more. So if I gotta be as quiet as a mouse and not say nothing, that's what I was going to do. But I would still end up in somebody's rage of fire. With that being said, I started isolating myself because me and the kids wasn't getting along. My foster brothers and sisters, we wasn't getting along, and I would just be outside just by myself. So in the adult's eyes, he's isolating. All right, and then I figured if I'm going to keep getting beat and whooped, I don't even want to be here. So I started running away. I started trying to run away, should I say. I mean, what 9-year-old can really run away? So I would always come back home late at night, around 8:30, and I would get whooped for that. So, and then I set a fire. That I think that's what really broke the camel's back. And now I didn't set a fire to say, "Hey, let me set a fire to burn this place down." No, I was just playing with matches, being a regular curious kid. I set a piece of paper on fire. The fire got too big. I threw it in the wastebasket. The wastebasket had tissue and stuff in it. Me not knowing how fire works, I threw it in there. That thing set no fire. Then the fire got big, and it's in a plastic wastebasket. So one of my foster people's elders, they come up in there. They was an older dude. He come up and they put the fire out. I go to school. Then I come back. They tell us I'm trying to burn the place down. Now they're saying, now through the adults' eyes, this kid is depressed. He's isolating. He's running away, and he's setting things on fire. Let's get this little mother up out of here. So how I got bamboozled, my caseworker had come to visit me, and the caseworkers usually come every 3 months. They do a nice little checkup on you. How's everything going? They treating you right? You getting everything you need? All right, cool. I'll be here for another 3 months. That's generally how it goes. And they might take you out to get something to eat. She told me she was going to take me to Wendy's. So we go off in the car, and we're just talking, and she's asking me about how's everything going, and she's hearing about what I was doing. So I'm letting her know what's going on. And I'm just noticing that we're just taking a nice long ride. Now, and me as a kid, I don't mind driving long rides in the car. So we get to this place, and she's showing me this place. They got basketball courts. They got a real playground with good swings. They got green grass. They got foosball tables, pool, swimming pools, anything that will make a kid shine. That's what they had. I didn't know that was a mental hospital. All I know is we in this place. She's showing me around. She's like, "Would you think about even coming here?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool." She showed me some other kids. I'm like, oh, "Okay, cool. The kids over here. All right, cool." In the back of my mind, I'm like, "Where's this Wendy's at?" And then she's like, "Here, take this dollar. Go to that vending machine. Get you some chips." All right, cool. I guess that'll hold me off. I go get the chips. It was this lady in a white coat. She comes up to me. She was like, "Yeah, we just want to talk to you for a second." I'm thinking enough. I'm eating the chips. All right, cool. Mobbing, eating the chips. And then as we start walking down this hallway, I hear this door sliding back. And then my caseworker yell out, "Yeah, I see you in another month." And I'm like, "What?" Like, first of all, what do you mean you'll see me in another month? I didn't even pack nothing. I don't even have no clothes. I don't have no toiletries. I don't have nothing. You just dumped me off in this place. And about 3 days later, that's when I realized that I was in the mental hospital. The whole time, I'm thinking this a place for kids who just, I don't know what I thought. I just thought it was a place for kids. It didn't seem bad at the time. That mental hospital was horrible. That mental hospital was horrible. They restrained me. They injected me with stuff. They even left me in a room all night. and I couldn't even use the bathroom. I think I might still have to sue them about that, because why would you lock a kid up and put them in a room with no bathroom, no blankets, no pillow? I literally laid on the other side of the corner, and I've been banging on this door all night. I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta use the bathroom. And they did not let me out. And I had to pee in the corner, and then they let me out in the next morning. That was a bad experience. And I should put that hospital on blast. And they still working right now. It is still up. But this is the reason why you got to talk to your kids. Because had anybody really talked to me, they would have understood that I was just going through the motions and I'm trying to fit in, and nobody was really understanding me. And how am I supposed to get through if y'all just gonna keep beating on me? Huh?